What's up guys, welcome to my Windwalker Monk DPS guide for Serenity in 7.2.5. Now in this video I will be going over what Serenity is, when to use it, what talents to pick with it, your stat priority with that, as well as your rotation if you want to call that for single target and AoE, as well as demonstrations of each. Now do note that this is meant to be a bit of an addendum to my main Windwalker Monk guide, so if you have questions about the spec in general, things like artifact traits, relics, and other such things, then feel free to check that out first. But this is just going to be focused on Serenity and the usage of Serenity. Now for quick and easy browsing, I have included some timestamps in the description below, so you can click on those to skip to the section that you like to see. So I want to get started by talking about what Serenity is. Now this is a level 100 talent, and it replaces your Storm, Earth, and Fire cooldown with Serenity, which has the same cooldown but is only one charge instead of two. Now Serenity gives you a buff for 8 seconds, and during this time you deal 45% more damage, and all of your chi spenders are free and have half the cooldown while Serenity is active. Now do note, as soon as the buff goes away, the cooldowns revert to their normal timers. Now in terms of when to use Serenity, in 7.2.5 it's basically just generally better than Whirling Dragon Punch, except when there are large amounts of ads, or when you want to really stack up your Mark of the Crane debuff very quickly, and in those cases Whirling Dragon Punch is still better because Storm, Earth, and Fire is great for doing that, and Whirling Dragon Punch is excellent for just AoE in general, for huge packs of AoE. Do you know it's also probably pretty good when a lot of the ads are a little more spread out, because it allows your clones to kind of go fly off and hit stuff in the distance, versus you having to go out there yourself to try to build up stacks. In terms of other talents, the setup is pretty much the same as with Whirling Dragon Punch. The only exception perhaps is Eye of the Tiger versus Chi Wave, and you can still use Chi Wave, it's still very strong, it's just, if you can get away with it, Eye of the Tiger seems to be performing quite well with Serenity in the current raid, although again, Chi Wave having the advantage of letting you split up your blackout kicks, helping you spread your AoE a bit farther, a bit easier, by allowing you to blackout kick twice in a row if you have to, if you have the chi and you're able to, things like that, or if ads are too far away. So if you still need Chi Wave to help you keep a good, healthy hit combo going, definitely go with it. It's still a very viable talent, and it still works very well. And if not, don't be afraid to try out Eye of the Tiger. Just remember you will have one less button to press. Now, we'll go over stats briefly. They're pretty similar to your generic stats. So of course, first of all, you do want to simulate your character. It's very important. That's probably the best way to get an accurate read on your specific toon. But for generic priority, you're going to be looking at Mastery first, which makes you deal more damage when you don't repeat your same ability. Then Crit, then Versatility, and then Haste. And that's for single target. So again, Mastery, Crit, Verse, and Haste. And then for AoE, you're looking at Mastery again at top, then Haste, then Crit, and then Versatility. And I will make mention of some minor potential Haste Breakpoints, and these have to do with monks who have both the wrist, so the wrist legendary is the Strinking Horn cover, as well as the Nighthold 2-piece, which reduces the cooldown on your Rising Sun kick by 3 seconds. Now if you have both of those, then there is an 8% Haste Breakpoint, which allows you to fit in Fist of Fury at the very end of the rotation without clipping, without losing out on one Rising Sun kick during your Serenity burst. And if you have the 4-piece, the new 4-piece, so the tier 20, and you have the 2-piece from tier 19 and presumably the wrists as well, then you probably want a little bit more haste, but basically what you're aiming for with the 4-piece is to have full uptime on your 4-piece buff, the Fist of Fury giving your Rising Sun kick increased critical strike chance. You want to have 100% uptime on that buff during Serenity, and to make that happen you'll probably be looking at maybe just over 10% haste. But again, it's only if you have the legendary wrists, 2-piece from Nighthold, and the 4-piece from tier 20. So outside of that, your stats are going to be pretty much the same as with Whirling Dragon Punch. Now in terms of your DPS rotation, or priority if you will, a couple of things for both single target and AoE. You don't want to max your energy for too long, so don't let it sit there at max energy. And similarly, don't overcap your chi. So if you have 4 or 5 chi, do not target palm. And then don't repeat the same abilities twice in a row. So very important for both hit combo and your mastery buff. And after that, there's just an order of priority of abilities that you want to use. So for single target, it's going to go Rising Sun Kick, use your number 1, followed by Fist of Fury, then Strike of the Windlord, then Blackout Kick, then Chi Wave if you have taken that talent, and then Tiger Palm. Now, you're not going to be using them just in that order, of course, immediately, or just in succession like that. It will be weaved in, so you'll weave in like Tiger Palms to build Chi, and then another ability, so maybe like Tiger Palm to Rising Sun Kick, back into Tiger Palm to Blackout Kick, Tiger Palm, Fist of Fury, Tiger Palm, Strike of the Windlord, and so on and so forth. Just kind of weaving them in so you never repeat the same ability twice, while maintaining, not overcapping your Chi or wasting energy. Now, in terms of your cooldown usage, Touch of Death should always be lined up with Serenity as much as possible because of Gale Burst, your golden trait, just to make Touch of Death more potent. And as for Serenity, there's a couple things you want to do before using Serenity. One, you want to make sure that Rising Sun Kick is available immediately. So as soon as you pop Serenity, you want a Rising Sun Kick first thing. So you want to have this off cooldown. Second, you want to have your Fist of Fury ready within about 14-15 seconds, because you want to clip it at the very end of Serenity, and I'll get into that in just a little bit, but you want it to have about that cooldown, or less. Less is better, of course. If it's ready earlier, that's great. And then Strike of the Windlord, I'd say about 12 seconds or so. Anything less than 12 seconds is pretty solid, just so you can use it in Serenity. Now inside of Serenity, so once you've popped Serenity, there's a new order of priority, and it goes like this. So during Serenity, Rising Sun Kick still your number 1, still most important. You must have this and use it as much as possible. Then Strike of the Windlord, then Blackout Kick, and then Spinning Crane Kick. And the Spinning Crane Kick is basically only used to break up 2 Blackout Kicks, or to use an ability without waiting after Blackout Kick, because sometimes you'll Blackout Kick and then Rising Sun Kick won't be ready, but there's enough time to fit in something else, and then you Spinning Crane Kick, and then continue with the priority list. Now, Fist of Fury, you do want to use at the very, very end of Serenity, just to get the free Fist of Fury, so you don't have to spend 3 Chi. So, even though the cooldown goes back up, it is important that you do use that, because it's free. So, make sure you clip it at the end. And that's pretty much how you use Serenity. So, just follow that priority order, and just kind of go through the motions there. Now, in terms of Energizing Elixir, you don't need to use this during your burst, obviously, because you are not spending Chi. You're not spending energy. So you're going to have to use it outside, and try to use it on cooldown, or close to, but also try not to waste it. So first, try to have 0 Chi if possible, or 1, I suppose, if you must. And try not to be at max energy if, again, possible, to not lose that benefit of it. The other thing is to also be prepared to use abilities afterward. So remember, you're going to use this and you're going to have full Chi, so you're not going to want a Tiger Palm afterward. So you're going to want to be able to either Blackout Kick and then follow it up with another ability at least. So either have Blackout Kick and one of these other abilities like Fists or Rising Sun Kick or Strike of the Windlord ready, or just have one of those abilities ready to go afterward. So just make sure you're not sitting there forever at full Chi, full energy, trying not to break a hit combo. Now I'll go ahead and demonstrate for you guys on these dummies here for single target first, and you'll be able to follow along with the box over here, the icons that show what I have just cast. And I will go over the opener briefly. So if you're using Chi Wave, and I'll be using Eye of the Tiger on this demo, but if you're using Chi Wave, just remember you can use it both in the opener as well as just during the rotation outside of Serenity, just to break up, 2 Blackout Kicks, so you can use 2 Chi without losing hit combo. Now, as far as the opener goes, you do want to pre-pot, of course, Chi Wave as soon as the boss is pulled if you are using that ability, and then just Flying Serpent Kick in, or you can just walk in as well if you want to, but Flying Serpent Kick will give you an extra hit combo stack. Then you're going to want to Tiger Palm, then Touch of Death, then Serenity, then Rising Sun Kick first, then Strike of the Windlord, Blackout Kick, and then Rising Sun Kick should be up again, so use that. And then Blackout Kick, and then Spinning Crane Kick, and then if you have the wrists, the legendary wrists, you'll keep going, it'll be a bit longer, since it extends your Serenity. Otherwise, you'll Fist of Fury about that point, or if you have a lot of haste, you might be able to squeeze in a Rising Sun kick. But just at the very end, remember to clip in your Fist of Fury during Serenity so it is free. Now, once that's over, and Serenity is over, you'll Rising Sun kick again, and then just kind of go off to your regular rotation. So, we'll start with Pretend to Pre-Pot, Chi Wave if once the fight starts, or if you have that, then a Flying Serpent kick in, Tiger Palm, Touch of Death, Serenity, Rising Sun kick, Strike of the Windlord, Blackout kick, and then Rising Sun kick, Blackout kick, Spinning Crane kick, and here I don't have enough time to fit in a Rising Sun kick, so I'll just Fists there, and then Rising Sun kick now, Tiger Palm, Blackout kick, Tiger Palm, and so on. And now Rising Sun kicks up, so I'll use that. Tiger Palm, Blackout kick, Tiger Palm, Blackout kick, Rising Sun kick, Blackout kick, and so on. And now I got Fists here, so I'll Fist. And I actually have an ability, I have the potential to use it here, so I'll Blackout kick, Energizing Elixir into Rising, and Tiger Palm, then Blackout kick. And here I'll kind of have to wait. It's a little unfortunate, but I got Strike of the Windlord up. So I'll use Rising Sun kick now, Tiger Palm, Blackout kick. So there's a little bit of waste there. I didn't notice immediately that Strike of the Windlord was ready, but just try to use Energizing Elixir and try not to waste too much here. I'll Fist because it's up. And then back to Tiger Palm and Rising Sun kick, and so on. Now I notice Serenity is getting pretty close, so I'm just going to start checking my timers. Okay, Fist of Fury is good to go. My Rising Sun kick is good. I'll use it again here. My Strike of the Windlord should be ready as well when that happens. So I'll go ahead and Tiger Palm one more time here, and then I'll Serenity. Rising Sun kick, Blackout kick, Spinning Crane kick, Rising Sun kick, Strike of the Windlord, Blackout kick, and I'll go ahead and Fist because I'm not confident that I have enough time again to Rising Sun kick before I run out of Serenity. Rising Sun kick now, Tiger Palm, Blackout kick, Tiger Palm, Blackout kick, and it pretty much just goes like this over and over. And I hear if you had Chi Wave, of course, you could use it to break up some of these Blackout kick and Tiger Palm combos. And so here I'll actually be able to kind of dump all of my Chi, and I'll go ahead and Energize an Elixir so I can Fists. And then I'll Tiger Palm to drop some energy, then Rising Sun kick, and so on. Now Touch of Death is coming up, but of course I want to wait for Serenity, and I actually Tiger Palm there at 4 Chi, which is very bad, so don't do that. Strike of the Windlord's ready, use that. And you just basically keep doing this over and over as the fight goes on. AoE, kind of some of the same principles here. You don't want to max your energy and stay there forever. You don't want to overcap your Chi. And you don't want to repeat the same abilities twice in a row for a hit combo as well as mastery. Now, you also want to make sure that you're following your order of priority or your priority list, and it's going to be a little bit different. Fist of Fury is going to be top, followed by Strike of the Windlord, followed by high enough stacks of Spinning Crane kick, as well as Chi Burst if you've taken that talent, then Blackout kick, and then Tiger Palm. Now you notice I didn't really mention Rising Sun kick, and that's because during AoE, so if there's lots of targets, again, certainly at least 3, potentially 4 or more, that you're constantly marking up with Mark of the Crane, which again comes from Tiger Palm, Blackout kick, and Rising Sun kick, then you're not going to be using Rising Sun kick because instead you're going to want to spend less Chi by using Blackout kick to mark targets rather than 2 Chi on Rising Sun kick, and this way you can get more Spinning Crane kicks. Now, technically, Spinning Crane kick does have the potential to be higher priority than Fist of Fury or Strike of the Windlord, but considering that you need so many targets, and with Serenity it's very hard to mark that many targets up with that many stacks, it's very unlikely. So just generally consider Fist of Fury, Strike of the Windlord, and then Spinning Crane kick, and then you're marking up Spinning Crane kick stacks with Blackout kick and then Tiger Palm. Now, as far as using your cooldowns, it's the same principle, right? You still want to Touch of Death on cooldown, you still want to Serenity with Touch of Death. For Touch of Death, just be sure that whatever you use it on doesn't die before it goes off, so you want it to live at least 8 seconds, obviously, otherwise you kind of waste that huge cooldown. But for Serenity, you want to do a little more prep work than usual, and the same things, you still want your fists, within 15 seconds or so, 14 or 15 seconds. You want your Strike of the Windlord within 12 or less, of course, seconds. You want your Rising Sun kick available if possible, but along with that, you also want to prep up your Serenity. So if there are multiple targets when you start the fight, then you might not want to use Serenity right away. You might want to kind of mark up some targets first. So still mark up stuff, Tiger Palm, Blackout kick, and so on. and then Spinning Crane Kick a lot more. So Spinning Crane Kick in Serenity will move up priority over things like Rising Sun Kick or Blackout Kick. So it'll be something like Strike of the Windlord, then Spinning Crane Kick with lots of stacks again, so make sure you have stacks. Then Rising Sun Kick, because it's free, so it doesn't matter that it costs more. Then Blackout Kick, and then Blackout Kick will be your last priority in an AoE situation with Serenity. So the opener for single target again would be the same, so if you're interested in that, just go back and check out the single target opener bits. But again, I will show you guys going into where there are already 4 mobs, because there are 4 dummies here, and just kind of following the priority with that. So you'll be able to follow along again with the icons over here on the left, right above the box. It'll show you what I have just cast. And I'll go ahead and start. So I'll pretend to pre-pot, I'll Fly and Simmer Kick in. Then I'll Tiger Palm, and I'll probably build up stacks here first before I go into it. I'll Touch of Death here. Serenity, Strike of the Windlord, Spinning Crane Kick, Rising Sun Kick, Blackout Kick, Spinning Crane Kick, Rising Sun Kick, and then I'll Fists here to get the free fists. And you notice I've been hitting different targets with things, so I'll go ahead and Spinning Crane Kick here, Tiger Palm, Spinning Crane Kick, and I'll Tiger Palm this, Blackout Kick this, you know, just kind of rotating to keep that buff of Spinning Crane Kick when it's available. Now, do be aware of your timers. Notice that, you know, Fist of Fury is coming up pretty soon, as well as Strike of the Windlord, so I'll go ahead and Tiger Palm here, but I'll save my cheat so I can Fist of Fury, because it is higher priority, and try to hit as many things as you can. Tiger Palm, Strike of the Windlord, and you just kind of keep going like that, so Tiger Palm here, and maybe and it doesn't look sorry, I wasted chi there, but I get the Spinning Crane Kick, Tiger Palm, Spinning Crane Kick, you know, and you get to kind of keep going like this. And basically, you notice I'm not really using Rising Sun Kick. Now I have Fist of Fury, so I'll wait, so I don't have to build up chi again. And I'm not wasting energy, so it's not too much of a waste there, waiting that GCD or so. So again, Tiger Palm into Spinning Crane Kick, Tiger Palm this, you know, Blackout Kick this one, maybe the debuff is coming off, and just kind of keep track of that. Now I notice Serenity is coming up again, so I do want to make sure I have my stuff ready. So I'll go ahead and Serenity into Spinning Crane Kick, Strike of the Windlord, Blackout Kick, or actually should have Rising Sun Kick there, Spinning Crane Kick, Blackout Kick, and then Fist of Fury if you can. So that's basically the idea, just kind of follow the priority system. And I do want to make a small mention of kind of the ideal setup right now. So if you have Drinking Horn cover, and you also have the 4-piece from Tomb, the tier 20, as well as the 2-piece from Nighthold, so that's tier 19, then you're going to want to play your Serenity a bit differently. And so I'll be able to tell you, kind of discuss it for you guys, but I won't be able to show you because I don't have that set up yet, unfortunately. What you're going to want to do is, you're going to want to Fist of Fury right before you Serenity. So Serenity is available, Fist of Fury, that will give you that buff, then Serenity, then Rising Sun Kick immediately, and then do the regular rotation, the regular priority. So for AoE or single, kind of the same thing there. Just keep going with the priority. Now as soon as Fist is ready to go again, you're going to want to Fist during Serenity. And then as soon as Rising Sun Kick is available, you're actually going to want to cancel your Fist of Fury, get that buff, and then Rising Sun Kick. So you will actually be cancelling your Fist of Fury during Serenity to ensure that you have full uptime on that 4-piece buff. And I forget what the buff itself is called, but that is what you want to have full uptime on. And then still Rising Sun Kick on cooldown. So as soon as it's ready, even if you're fisting, cut it off and Rising Sun Kick. So that's the difference with the 4-piece. And you will want to have Fist of Fury ready when Serenity is up. And if you have to, you can wait up to like 10 seconds or so to make sure that that happens. So Serenity can be off cooldown for like 10 seconds. It's important that you have the Fist to go into it. So if you have the 4-piece from Tomb, the 2-piece from Nighthold, and the Drinking Horn cover, then you're going to want to start using your 4-piece like that. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, feel free to leave a like on the video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those in the comment section below, or you can catch me on my stream at twitch.tv/Marilone and ask me any questions there if I am live streaming. And if you want to see when I post new content, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Cheers.